welcome to the Lifestyle Show with me, Pam Joseph. We are actually broadcasting from the internationally renowned Tabernacle in London, Northwest. It's almost the heart of Carnival. That's a little clue for you, almost the heart of Carnival. But anyway, next 2 hours or so, please put your remote control firmly away. You're going to be entertained by my guests and I. Isn't that grand? All right, as I said, Carnival is just around the corner. What a place to be for this. Having that in mind, Lifestyle's going to be featuring loads of people connected with the Carnival, including Mass Band and their leaders and anyone involved, what have you. It is only right to kick it off with the only one guy that we could say for Lifestyle that we've had for years and years and years. Years. Actually, no, I shouldn't say that. It's Ansel Wong of LMU Mass Band. Ansel.
Certainly years and years and years, yes. All right, I take it all back.
It's always great to see you know this. You are almost our spokesperson for Carnival every year. You know this.
Yeah, I enjoy coming back and being on your show and having the opportunity to be here and to be interviewed by you. Yes, it's an experience. And I'm honored.
Thank you. Elimu, E-L-I-M-U, Elimu. For the benefit of those who do not know what that word, because it stands for something. What does Elimu stand for?
Elimu is Swahili for knowledge or education. And it was the name that we took to call the band because the emphasis of the band was around educating people, giving them the knowledge about the arts and craft of Carnival, and also engaging with our young people so that they understand that heritage and that tradition and to acquire that understanding.
This year, every year is special. We know this, but you've had so many things happening with LMU and your position within Carnival historically. As well, historically, we mustn't forget that. But even as it stands now, what are the surprises or what are the main things going to be happening for 2018?
Well, 2018 is a quite significant year because it is a year when we have so many anniversaries, so many milestones. Of course, everybody acknowledge and recognize it is the 70th anniversary of the docking of the Empire Windrush at Tilbury. It's also an opportunity to recognize that it's the 70th year of the National Health Service, where many of our people from the Caribbean and Africa came as nurses. So it's also that opportunity, the 50th anniversary of the Rivers of Blood speech by Enoch Powell, which predicted that if we continue to come into this country as migrants and as settlers, there are going to be major issues where the River Tiber will flow with the blood of disorder. So we have taken all of that together and begin to look at what we should be doing to commemorate, to celebrate, and to recognize that anniversary. And what we've taken is this notion of movement. And we are talking about travels from somewhere to over here. And that's our theme. Somewhere to over here.
Right on.
So we are coming from somewhere, whether it's Jamaica, whether it's Trinidad, where it's West Africa. Well, I'm not sure what St. Lucia.
St. Lucia.
All right, St. Lucia.
Right.
As a matter of fact, we have a section in our band for St. Lucians around the St. Lucian flag.
Right.
But the idea is movement of people
Yes.
from the way in which the Windrush moved from Jamaica to Tilbury, bringing people from the Caribbean to over here. The movement of people, from young people to older people, the movement from London to Manchester or Manchester to London, migratory patterns of people, a psychological movement as well. And the most interesting thing, you may not be pleased to hear, but is the issues around sexual identity. The transition from male to female, female to male, or to no gender whatsoever. Wow. So for the first
That's a bit bold. Can I just say it's a bit bold?
Yes, and I'm sure you would be appreciate that because what was the first time we are saying the essence of Carnival is dressing up, right?
Oh.
So you dress up to change who you are.
Who you are.
Just as the way cross-dressers do, changing, dance as a man, changing into a woman, and vice versa.
Yes.
So we've taken that transition, traveling from one state to another state, from one condition to another condition, from one gender to another gender. We call it the fluidity of sexual identity.
Fluidity of sexual identity.
So it's fluid system, and we are engaging with the transgender community to bring them into Carnival so they can understand, because part of that process is who we are, using mask, using costume, using makeup, using all of the things to transform us, our body, into something that's different. And you will see that difference on the streets of Notting Hill.
Yes. Wow.
So I'm sure you're pleased with that.
You know what? No, I'm kind of like, it's sinking in. You kind of got me with that one. I wouldn't have thought that. But 2018, why not? How are you going to do it? What is it actually called? What are you calling Elemu for this year, 2018 then?
For the children,
Yes.
we call it travels. Again, the journey and movement, so that around, say, like Gulliver's Travels for the children, the way in which the different states happen, or the Windrush Travels. So we're taking the idea of the Windrush and expanding it, because the Windrush was the river Windrush was what was given the name given to the ship, which was named previously called Mon Rosa, the rose. So we're taking the rose as a symbol, the white rose, as a symbol around our costumes. And the movement of the Windrush River through rushes and greenery and flora in Wiltshire and other areas to create that idea of movement.
Yeah.
So all our costumes is around that, also echoing the fact that some of the people on the Windrush came after serving in the war as military people
and nurses,
aircraft, nurses, and so on. And most important is that there are Calypsonians on that ship. Remember the Lord Kitchener, because in the BBC News reel, they show him singing, "London is the place for me." And what we have done is we've taken that idea and commemorate all the Calypsonians who were on that ship as essence of Carnival. So it's Lord Kitchener. Then we have another Calypsonian called Lord Woodbine. Lord Woodbine is supposed to be the Black Beetle. He was a Calypsonian that influenced the Beatles in Liverpool. He was part of the Beatles and has never been recognized as the contribution he has made to the Beatles. And if it wasn't for the Beatles, but for him, the Beatles would not have had an opportunity to do all of their songs with a good rhythm and backgrounds and so on. Yeah. And they have not acknowledged that. So he is what is called the sixth Beatle, or the Black Beetle. So that's Lord Woodbine. Then there's another Calypsonian called Beginner, who was a Calypsonian, and then there's another woman called Mona Baptiste. So all of these people came on the Windrush. It's not just one Kitchener. And we have taken all of them and brought them all together into our costumes and into our music, into our dancing. So the children on Carnival Sunday will be commemorating all of that under the theme of travels.
Fantastic.
And on Carnival Monday, it will be celebrate. We are celebrating everything about Carnival, everything about our history and our heritage.
Fantastic. I love that. For those who want to know a bit more about Elemu and yourself, Ansel, you've got website addresses that we can shout out and give to them. You can do that straight in camera.
If you want to know more, if you want to see the costumes, if you want to know the history and the background, www.elemumassacademy.com.
We're probably going to have you, maybe if you're not too busy, just before we go through Carnival, have you in again. You wouldn't mind that if we talk a bit more about 2018 and 2019, go further and beyond what's going to be happening with Elemu.
Definitely. And as you know, there's always a place for Ben TV on the road with Elemu. You bring your cameras, you can make sure that you'll be protected, and we will have an opportunity. We have what is called a VIP float.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I cannot tell you who those VIPs are because we're not allowed. No. And I know you don't want to go to Formula One races anyhow, so you know that. So
is that a hint?
No hints.
We're going to be there. We're going to be there.
So we are opening Carnival to a range of people, everybody, young people, and we are partnering with lots of other bands. One of the bands is called Bigger Fish, and that's a band that's known for its work with young people. So they'll be bringing 150 young people from Birmingham, Manchester, Leeds, and London to participate in Carnival. So the important thing is to make Sunday a genuine day for children and family. And that is what we'll do. Yeah.
Nice one, nice one. Well, we're going to have Ansel back on before Carnival, maybe the week before Carnival, the weekend before Carnival. But it's been great. Always, as always, Ansel Wong, thank you ever so much for coming on the show. Thank you ever so much.
Indeed,
thank
yes.
you. All right, we're going to take a short break now. Have a cool drink, because I need one. See you soon.